This is JP with Political Pop Culture, and this is my take. I had something completely different in mind for my take today, but this story grabbed my attention and I just wanted to speak up about it. I want to preface this by saying that Irvin the Millennial is really the sports guy when it comes to political pop culture, but my take really isn't about the sports side of this, so I feel okay doing it. Sean Payton, head coach of the National Football League's New Orleans Saints, made some waves with comments that he made on the Huddle and Flow podcast. While Payton talked about a number of subjects, it was his comments on lack of diversity in the league's higher positions, specifically head coaching positions, which really caught my attention. Payton, who's known to not shy away from controversial topics, called the lack of non-white head coaches in the league, quote, disturbing, and placed the blame for lack of diversity on team owners. It's an ownership topic, number one. It's a general manager topic, number two, he said. Before I get deeper into Payton's comments and my take on them, please hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell. That way, you'll know whenever we release new content. Also, every like, comment, and share really helps to get our content in front of more people, and every little bit helps, so thank you. On the surface, it looks like Payton really has a good point. I mean, out of 32 NFL teams, only 4 have minority head coaches, 3 of those being black. What that means is only 12.5% of head coaches in the National Football League are minorities, 9.4% are black. Now, if those are the only numbers you look at, that really looks pretty bad, right? Well, hang on there, not so fast. Payton is quick to point out the apparent lack of diversity at the head coaching positions. But what about lack of diversity across the league? Approximately 70% of players in the National Football League are black, with only about 26% being white. The other 4% is comprised mainly of Hispanics, Asians, Pacific Islanders, etc. Not only does that not sound diverse, it really sounds like every race but one is not only underrepresented, but severely so. I mean, blacks only make up 13% of the population in the United States, but they account for 70% of the players in the National Football League. Out of 32 NFL teams, 10 feature black starting quarterbacks. That's 31%. Of the top 20 highest paid players in the National Football League, 6 are black. That's 30%. Now, just to be clear, I am not complaining about the lack of diversity on the gridiron. In fact, I feel player positions should be filled by the best possible athlete for the role. Race should not enter into the decision to hire, fire, start, or bench a player. Athletic ability, determination, work ethic, and the ability to perform, that should be the criteria used when you're determining who plays and who doesn't. And I think most people would agree. So why is it the same criteria, at least as far as Sean Payton is concerned, can't be applied to the head coaching slots? Okay, athletic ability isn't at the top of the priority list for a head coach, but you get my meaning. Should the person with the best ability or potential ability be the person who's hired? If not, why not? At what point is it okay to select a candidate based on their race and not their credentials? That's the real question. And if it's okay to use race as a determining factor for some, shouldn't it be the same for all? I mean, if it's okay to give one race preferential treatment over another, isn't that, by definition, racism? I can't speak for anyone else, but I've been a business owner most of my life, and I can honestly tell you that I have never considered race in any hiring decision that I've ever made. My job as an owner or manager isn't to fill my business with people who look like me, who think like me, or who act like me. No, it's my job to find the best possible candidates for every position. People whose skills, whose talents, and strengths give my business the best chance of being successful. That's what being a good owner or manager is all about. Now, I want to be crystal clear about something here. If someone is choosing not to hire someone based on their race, or if they are only entertaining candidates of a certain race based upon that race, well, that's wrong, and that person should absolutely be called out on it. That said, I just can't see someone like Jerry Jones risking his multi-billion-dollar organization by intentionally choosing the wrong candidate for a job just because of their race. In the history of the NFL, has a head coaching candidate ever been passed over because of his race? Who knows? Possibly. Maybe even probably. The sad truth is, there are always going to be knuckle-dragging uncle humpers out there who think they're better than other people based on the color of their skin. Here's the thing, though. Is that inbred crap stain on the boxer briefs of society really any worse than the person who thinks that people of a certain race need special allowances to be made for them in order for them to get ahead? I mean, they're both guilty of racist behavior. One of them just doesn't realize it. Racism is bad, period. Judging someone based on their race, religion, preference, disability, or their nationality, these are all bad. But here's the thing. Accusing other people of being racist, or any ist or phobe or whatever, when they aren't, well, that's bad too. If we get up in the morning looking for racism, looking for hatred, looking for bigotry, that's what we're going to find. Instead, I hope you'll choose to seek out joy, beauty, and understanding. Because if that's what you're looking for in the world, I promise you, you will find it. Well, there you have it. That's my take. Did I score, or was this a fumble? Let me know in the comments. You can also join the cult at PolPopCult on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for listening.